Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pablo, and welcome back to GG Sports. I'm bringing you guys episode 10 of the New Orleans Pelicans Realistic Rebuild here in NBA 2K19, and this is a very exciting episode. If the Pelicans win in this episode, it's as simple as this: they will make the playoffs. If they lose, there's still a chance they will be on the couch at home for the NBA postseason. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for this game. We're playing against the Denver Nuggets, and just like many people don't expect them to do in real life, they were not very active in the free agency, but they kept their main core of Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and Nikola Jokic together. Jokic obviously is going to be a problem for us. He is in the MVP race. He's having an MVP type season. They have Michael Porter Jr. returning from injury, and if he plays anywhere near projections, he's going to be a pretty solid player. But here is the playoff situation. So if we win, we will secure a playoff spot. But if we lose, we also need the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets to lose as well. But if we win, we secure the spot. But if we lose, we still need help. But all hope won't be lost. So we'll need some help from the Grizzlies and the Rockets if we lose, but we're going to go into this game with the mindset that if we lose, we will not make it. So the young Pelicans are going to lay everything on the line here. But here is the lineup for the Denver Nuggets. Like I said, they've kept their core together. They have Malik Beasley off of the bench, Will Barton off of the bench. They also signed Zach Randolph to play with their bench unit. So this is a pretty deep team that has some chemistry. Nikola Jokic, like I said, is their MVP, and we've had some trouble defending fives this year. So maybe Bol starts the game and tries to keep Nikola Jokic under wraps, or at least contain him to a certain extent. But he's such a gifted passer, so if we clamp down on him, look for the other young Nuggets to get their numbers. But we are 43-38. They're 43-37. So we definitely want to give them this L. They're also in the playoff hunt. I don't believe they have to win this game to make it. But the Pelicans, like I said, will go into the game with the mindset that we do need to win this game to make the playoffs, because I can't depend on the Grizzlies and the Rockets both losing. But let's go ahead and get the tip off here. Last episode, Zion went off. So did Jrue Holiday. Both of them are coming off of 32-point games. The Pelicans went on to lose 8 of their next 10 after Zion went out. So we're absolutely thrilled to have him back, and hopefully he can build on that performance. And he's back just in the nick of time where we are trying to make a playoff push in his rookie season. But Kelly Olynyk gets us started with a long range shot, and Jason Tatum follows that up, and the Pelicans take an early 6-0 lead, and it looks like they're coming out firing on all cylinders. But Jokic gets the Nuggets started with a slam off of the flashy dime from Jamal Murray. And speaking of Murray, he gets posterized by Zion Williamson. He was left on an island in the paint, and you never want to see that for your guard. And Zion's going to take advantage every time. And here is Zion catching the oop from Darius Garland, flying high. And in the last episode, you saw at least like 8 or 9 of those, and we're really doing a good job of putting Zion in good position in transition to get looks just like this one. Another easy oop from Jrue Holiday this time, and you love to see the chemistry. And the Pelicans are playing well early in this game. They have a sense of what's on the line, and Zion Williamson with a very nice block on Paul Millsap, who seemingly had an easy layup, but a ferocious block by Zion makes sure those 2 points never make it to the scoreboard. And here's a step back 3 from Jrue Holiday in transition, and when he's hitting those, he's a scary player. He shows the confidence, and definitely has the confidence to take those, especially on the break, and he took advantage that time. And we definitely want to see more of that from Jrue Holiday. But here's a pick and pop to Bol, who's already hot, knocking down the 3-point shot, and he is a huge part of this team right now, and he continues to give us good minutes off of the bench. But the Nuggets young guys have come to play too. Here's Michael Porter getting a nice lay-in in traffic to go down, and Jamal Murray operating on the defense of Darius Garland, gonna find a cutting Nikola Jokic, who finishes with a two-handed flush and one. That dunk was over Zion Williamson, who also fouled Jokic, and we are now only leading by 1, but a nice mid-range jump shot by Darius Garland increases our lead. And here's Jokic getting a turnaround fader to go down over Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk is at a disadvantage right now guarding him, but Jason Tatum finds Zion for the oop in transition, and here's another slam by Jokic. Like I said, Olynyk just is having a really hard time guarding him, so we may want to get Bol back in the game. But here's Jrue Holiday cutting down the middle for a slam, and you don't see those too often from Jrue Holiday, so it's a nice sight to see. But Malik Beasley, we leave him wide open for 3, and here's a buzzer beater shot clock cheese for Jrue Holiday. But there will be an official review by the replay center there in New Jersey, but I believe that they'll find that Jrue Holiday clearly got this one off, and this replay just confirms it. Clearly had it off. Jrue Holiday knocks down a long 3-point shot to cut down our deficit from 7 to 4 going into half. And Zion Williamson has another impressive half, 19 and 7, 3 assists to go along with that for the first half. And this is the final game that he has to show voters why he deserves the Rookie of the Year honors. It is a neck and neck race with RJ Barrett, so Zion has to put a good game in the books to show the voters that he deserves the honors. And what better way to do that than by leading your team to a victory on the road to carry them into the playoffs versus an MVP candidate. So huge opportunity for Zion to increase his Rookie of the Year chances. But Jokic does get an offensive board and an and one after the putback, and a turnover leads to Michael Porter Jr. getting an easy flush in transition. So the Pelicans all of a sudden are down by 15 points in this game, but Zion does cut it down as he gets an easy slam on the backdoor cut. But we cannot stop them from beyond the arc. Here's Gary Harris in transition, taking it all the way in the paint, handing it off to Jokic, and Jokic can just put it up over anybody and he's going to get it to go down. Here he gets an offensive board and another putback as we are now trailing by 19 points. There he pushes Marcus Smart out of the way and proceeds to finish with an easy lay-in. We get another 3-point shot to beat the buzzer going into the next quarter, and we are now trailing by 13 points, but we have to play some defense. We're not doing well, leaving Gary Harris wide open beyond the arc. The Pelicans have really fell apart defensively here, and it starts with Nikola Jokic. He's finding open players because we're giving a lot of attention to him. Kelly Olynyk has not done a good job guarding him. Neither has Bol. But we have about 8 minutes to go in the game. We are now down by 9 points, 109 to 100, as the Pelicans are trying to claw back into this game, led by Zion Williamson as he knocks down another shot. But Michael Porter Jr. gets a floater to go down. So at this point, we're going basket for basket. We can't do that. We need stops. We get a stop, but we allow offensive boards, and Paul Millsap gets an and one, and he will convert it with 5 minutes to go. We're trailing by 12 points. Zion Williamson has the ball, though, trying to make something happen, and we're scoring, but we're not defending. And when we are defending, things like that happen. We get a block. Great effort by Jason Tatum, but just the luck of the Nuggets allow them to still get a basket as Jokic recovered and put up a wide open shot. And now Malik Beasley continues his impressive night, knocking down a 3, and with under 3 minutes to go, that would be enough to put the Pelicans down in this game. The Nuggets really took over in the third and fourth quarters. You actually started to see it in the second, but the Pelicans were able to stay in it, but weren't able to hang around in the third and fourth quarter. Had no answer for Jokic, and just really had a hard time in general defending the three-point line. So they were really able to run away with this one in the second half. But Zion Williamson did everything he could to keep the team in the game. It was disappointing to see that the team did not give a better effort defensively, with their season possibly being on the line. Nikola Jokic put up 44 and 19 on 34 minutes, 19 of 26 shooting. And to score 44 points with no three-point shots is actually very impressive. Jamal Murray, 21 points. Just a well-rounded effort for the Denver Nuggets. But then on the Pelicans side, they were clearly led by Zion and Drew Holiday. Jason Tatum, as of lately, for some reason, hasn't been as explosive scoring the ball as he was throughout the regular season. But breaking news, they will be making the playoffs. We did get the losses that we needed from Houston and Memphis. So you will see the Pelicans in the playoffs in the episode after next. And they will be playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you'll see Zion versus Karl Anthony Towns. That'll definitely be an interesting matchup. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Even though the Pelicans lost, you will still see this young team in the playoffs. And it's very good that we did make it, because we did make a move in getting Kelly Olynyk. Even though we did get draft picks in that trade, we made a trade mid-season to make a playoff push. So to see that we successfully made it is definitely a W for the front office. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If I forgot anything, leave a comment. Don't be hesitant to ask any questions. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be a full season review deep dive. So you guys don't want to miss that. There's a lot of information covered about the My League in that one. And I'll see you guys in that episode. Peace.